Yo, I'm internationally known, usually hard to reach on the phone. Chatting up, I'm on tour, still I always answer your calls. Cause I love the sound of your voice, love the topics that we discuss. If it's a matter of timing, I'll wait till our stars are aligning. Cause you bum, diggy diggy bum.
Hi guys, welcome back to Just With Me. I am Mimi. By the way guys, it's probably going to be Thanksgiving weekend when I drop this video. So happy Thanksgiving to all my American subscribers. I know there are a lot of you guys sending me love and well wishes, and it's also Black Friday weekend, so I hope you're getting your shopping on. Check out my description box for some discount codes if you guys want to get some extra bang for your buck. I got you covered. But yes, today I just wanted to be kind of like in the Thanksgiving spirit and giving thanks for where I am today in my life. It's approaching almost a year since I moved to Barcelona, and really when it comes to like my story time and my sit down videos, I try and keep them as positive as possible. If I don't have something like really like funny, like I generally don't share it. I try not to be too serious, and I definitely try not to be negative on this channel. But I think it's important to share the struggles as well, because I know some of you guys might be going through situations and you're like, God, how the hell am I going to get out of it? So I'm going to share something that I was going through about 5 years ago and how I managed to come out of it, you know. So hopefully this can inspire, Motivation Monday and all that jazz. It's not Monday. But if I can help somebody out with sharing my story, then I'm happy to do so. It's been on my mind to film this video for months and months and months, but I've always been a little bit hesitant because, you know, it's like kind of like airing out your dirty laundry in public, and I really don't believe in doing that. Not when stuff is this personal. My love life's one thing, but something like this, like, it's a little bit difficult to talk about, if you know what I mean. But I'll just get onto the video because I'm probably scaring you guys like, what the hell is she on about? But yeah, we're looking good, we're feeling good. I'm loving my new fur coat. By the way guys, I'm off to England pretty much straight after I shoot this video, so thank you for you guys who are coming out to meet me in my meetup tomorrow. Can't wait to see you guys. If you want this coat, the link is in the description box, and you can definitely save yourself some coin. But let's get into the video. Okay guys, so this story time, as I said, is 5 years ago when I was 23. I finished law school. You know, I had like 3 law degrees under my belt. I'd qualified as a barrister, but I knew I didn't want to practice. Really wasn't that sure what I wanted to do, but I'd been waitressing all through law school, so I just carried on doing that part-time. So I was waitressing part-time, and I was back at home, and I was living with my brother. Yeah, that was really great. I was really lucky that I had that privilege to go back home and live in the family house, because I really wasn't earning a lot of money waitressing part-time. So I don't want to go too into the details, but let's just say soon, after a few months of that, I was living with my mum again. Like, my mum moved back into the family home, and like our relationship wasn't always as good as it is now. So basically, like, yeah. I don't know how to say without spilling too much tea, but basically I got kicked out, and it was very like dramatic. Like, yeah, it was a very dramatic scene looking back on it. Basically all my things were thrown out of the house, and the police were kind of involved as well. And I literally didn't have anywhere to go. And like, it was a bit of a shock to the system. And I was literally like, what the hell am I gonna do? I really didn't have any savings, any money. I wasn't earning anything substantial. The one thing I did have was I had a part-time job waitressing, and I had a car. So it wasn't that bad. The first night I went to stay at a friend's house, but I really didn't feel that great about bumming on her sofa. She was really lovely, but I guess she didn't know how bad it was. I probably thought I'd go back home, you know, but after that one night, I kind of left that situation. I remember I reached out to another friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, and I was like, hey, you've got a spare bedroom. Is it okay if I come and crash for like a few months? I'll pay rent, you know, is it okay? and she was basically like, I've spoken to my partner and it's just not a good time, and I'm sorry, but the answer is no. And it just kind of like made me feel more alone, and like, you know, like I felt like my family weren't there for me, my friends weren't there for me. That being said, it wasn't like I told my friends what had happened. You know, I was quite embarrassed to say like I was homeless and I had no place to go, and like how bad things had gotten with my family. I was quite embarrassed, and you know, so when that friend said that, I was literally like, right, I'm screwed. Like, I'm not gonna reach out to any other people, because yeah, I don't know, I was just a little bit devastated by everything that had happened. But I had my car, so I had quite a few of my belongings in my car, and I had a duvet, I had like a makeshift pillow. So what I used to do, like looking back on it, it's so crazy, like just where I was and where I am now. I used to go and park, like I'd finish work and my car would be in the parking lot of the restaurant, and I would park a little bit out of sight so that like when people were leaving after work they wouldn't see me, and I would climb into the boot. I think in America you guys call it the trunk of the car, so that people wouldn't see that I was sleeping in my car. So I would sleep in the actual boot of the car. I'd climb through the back seats, I'd put them down, and I would sleep in the boot of the car amongst my belongings. It was winter in England, it was freezing cold, and I was pretty much broken. Like, I did that for about 5 nights, and every night I would just literally cry myself to sleep, like, how the hell did this happen to me? How am I here? And I would just like, I'm a very strong person, and I would just try to be strong, like, don't worry Mimi, you're gonna get through this. You don't have money, you don't have friends, you don't have family right now. It really felt like I was so alone, but I was like, you're gonna get through this. And the more and more I said that, the more and more I cried, because I literally couldn't see a way out. I didn't have money to stay in a hotel, I didn't have money to rent out another place to live. I was too proud and too stubborn to tell any of my other friends what had happened, and I was pretty much isolated from my family at that point. So yeah, it's freezing cold, sleeping every night in my car trunk, and then the next day my gym luckily was literally next door to where I worked. I would go to the gym, I would brush my teeth, I would shower, I would go hang around in the town centre all day, not really doing much until I started my shift. And then after my shift I would head back to my car for another freezing night. So luckily with like waitressing jobs, like you get paid, like in that job at least I got paid bi-weekly. So I didn't have to wait like a month before my next payday, thank you Jesus. So basically after like 5 days and 5 nights of sleeping in my car, I got a paycheck, and it was maybe around 200 and something pounds, and I was like, this is not going to get me a room anywhere. But I'd seen a pretty decent room with like a young family, a husband and wife, and it was like $350, so I didn't have enough money to move in, and I certainly didn't have the money for the deposit as well. But I just reached out to her and I went to see the property, and I was just like kind of breaking down, just saying, I'm so sorry, I really like the room, but I can't afford it, like, you know, like, and I think she could see that like I was a little bit broken, I was a little bit devastated, I was like literally on the verge of tears, and she was just like, sit down, have a glass of water, what is going on? And I was just like, my family threw me out, I've been sleeping in my car, I don't know what I'm gonna do, I only have this amount of money, and if I give it to you, I don't have any money to eat, I don't have money to pay for petrol, which I need because like I turn on my heating for about 30 minutes through the night. And she was just like, you know what, let me know how you can pay for this room, it's fine. She had been kicked out as well by her father, you know, a few years back, so I felt like she could relate to my situation. So she was just super nice, super lovely, and they let me move in pretty much the next day. and they let me pay my first month's rent and my deposit in monthly installments. And you know, like, it's a testimony, because what are the odds that like she had kind of been through the same situation that I was going through, and she was kind of like, you know what, you'll get out of it, you'll survive. You know, I was homeless too, and now this is my house, I live here with my husband, you know, so you will get out of it. And it really inspired, it really motivated me, and it really made me feel less alone, that a stranger who didn't know me was really the only one that I felt was supporting me through this period. I lived there for about 7 months. You know, and like I really changed my mindset beforehand, where I wasn't saving money. I started to save, just because you don't know what is around the corner. Like, if I had had some savings, would I have been homeless, sleeping in my car? So I started saving, I changed my mentality, and a few months after that I got a graduate job. Now you guys have already seen the video about like how I make my money, and there I explain a little bit more about like how I bought my house. If you guys want to see a video about how I actually got the money together, got the mortgage, let me know in the comment section below. But I just want to share that story because 2 years after that, I was a homeowner too. I bought a 2-bedroom flat, and yeah, by God's grace, I will never be homeless again. That situation will never happen to me. I am very much reconciled with my family, very much reconciled with all my friends. Like, I didn't fall out with my friends, but like the person I reached out to that wasn't able to help me, like, we've hashed it out, we've talked about it. She didn't know what I was going through, and you can't expect people to know when you don't tell them. She didn't know the gravity and the seriousness of the situation, but I'm so thankful for being able to turn that situation around. For me, it was such a big driving force. I'm not going to lie to you. When somebody knocks me down, I get up harder, I get up stronger. I wanted to prove everyone wrong. I wanted to prove my family wrong. I wanted to prove the people that didn't support me wrong. I was like, who's going to have the last bloody laugh? And I'm so proud of myself because I worked really hard to make sure that situation could never happen again. So when I bought my first house, I was ecstatic. I was like, to be here from where I was a few years ago, where I didn't have £2 to rub to my name, and I was just like, you know, at the lowest of the low. Like, I couldn't believe it when I bought my house, and like, I'm so proud of what I've done, what I've accomplished, but I'm even more proud of how happy I am now. Like, back then I wasn't in a good space really with a lot of my family. I'm in a very good place with my family now. I love them, and I love my friends, and yeah, I just really want to share this, guys, on Thanksgiving, because I'm giving thanks as well. I'm so grateful. You guys support me so much to me. I love you guys, and if you're going through hard times, just remember, tough times don't last, but tough people do. Actually, I want to use this moment to give a shout out to one of my oldest subscribers, Dara K. Fulton. She's got an amazing channel, guys. I will link it below. She inspires me every time I watch her video, and I know how long she's been unemployed for and how long she's been battling, you know, kind of being depressed about it and kind of being really broken about it, like years and years of unemployment. And she recently just got her dream job as an ESL teacher. So shout out to Dara, one of my subbies. I love you, girls. Stay strong. Guys, always remember, tough times don't last, but tough people do. Never let a situation or a person break you, because you can always come out stronger. I love you guys. From me to you, we're looking good, we're feeling good. Have a happy Black Friday, Thanksgiving weekend, whatever you're doing. Try and spend it with the ones you love. You know, never be too proud, never be too stubborn to let the people around you know if you're going through a hard time, because you might be surprised at how willing they are to actually help you if you can just be honest and put aside your pride. So I love you guys, and yeah, I'll see you soon.
Till our stars are aligning, cause you bum, diggy diggy bum. Woo, gotta give me some, bust up in it quick, do it for the flick, go.